let's automate this part now. Mouse action, power, double click. So for this, the best website to perform this is this demo queue website. You can do this double click, right click. And when you do it, basically some kind of messages are coming. So in this example, if I do double click, see here, this message is coming. When I do right click, this message is coming. When I simply click, this message is coming. We will assert also. We will verify also just messages are coming out. So for this, let's create a new class. So right click here in the package, take class, and the class name is uh, mouse action demo 2. Mouse action demo 2 or action. Finish. And this time, we are creating test ng methods. So I'll write it like this. Public, let's do double click first. Double click. The test case name itself I'm giving as double click. If you don't know about the TestNG, please follow the tutorials. TestNG tutorial is present under Learn Selenium Easily uh, playlist. See here. Fine. So all these things related to how to configure TestNG, simple syntax, annotations, all are present here. As of now, we are using @test to describe a test case. Fine. Now, Um, the website is this. So let's write the code first about opening the website. So that is simple. Web driver is equals to new. And I'm opening Firefox browser. So I'll say Firefox driver here. Driver dot get to open the website. Which website we want to open? This website. Okay. Going back, this one. And once I open this, what I want to do, I want to click on this, double click on this, correct? So code is related to this is simple. Uh, for the syntax purpose, let's see this. You have to create one actions object first, then find the element where you want to double click. And that code is simple. Actions dot double click dot that particular element and then perform. Just 3 lines of code. So first line is you have to create actions object, then driver. This actions is under Selenium dot interactions. So you have to import that. You can give any name. It's not like that. You have to give this name. So let's change it to act. Okay, that's it. Act. And then second thing is identify the element where you want to perform that double click, correct? So let's identify that element by driver dot find element and let's identify. So which element you want to identify? This particular button, right click, say inspect, and when I do the inspect, this is button ID is equals to double click button. Double click me is the text. So let's identify this button through its text. It's possible. So if I write the X path, it will be like this // button, uh, where Text is a function actually. So you have to write text bracket is equals to T double click me. Yeah, I'm able to identify this element. See here, it's saying one of one, and it is getting highlighted also. See here, this element is getting highlighted. That means this XPath strategy is fine. You can identify it by ID also. It's up to you how you want to identify. I'm identifying this button by its text. So I'll say driver dot find element by dot XPath, and that XPath is this. Fine. So we have to just identify it. You don't have to perform anything as of now. So let's say give a name. You can give any name also. So let's say double click BTN. So I'm giving the name double click BTN is the button, that particular button element. And then you have to perform the uh, double click. So that is actions dot double click, and you have to provide on which you want to perform the double click. And this is not action, this is act here, done. So let's try this. If this is working, other things will also work. Okay. So let's run this code. Okay. Because there is a lot of dynamic content, but yes, it has happened. See here, it has happened. I have not done anything. You have done a double click. It is showing that you have done a double click. It was very slow, just for the, just for to display you slowly. I am putting thread dot sleep. It's not a good practice to put thread dot sleep. Okay. I am doing it just to showcase you that, okay, things are happening one by one. Fine. So double click has happened, but the problem is I have to identify also whether it is done or not. So I have to identify this message, right? Everything is web element. So you just inspect this message also. So this is under a paragraph where if you see this element, if I hover over it, I'm talking about this message. You have done a right double click, this one. So I can check whether this kind of paragraph is present in the DOM or not, or whether this is displayed or not, right? So what code I can write? What code? So double click message is the ID format, or you can identify by its text also. So I can write slash slash paragraph, which has text. What text? What text? The text is you have done a double click. This one. I can check whether this is displayed or not, and I can print true or false. Yes. So let's have this element, and you can say Boolean check is equals to driver dot find element by dot XPath, and here that is the XPath dot is displayed. So you can continue with the function. Okay? So you can say driver dot find element, and then at the end you can say is displayed. So that will give you true or false. Okay? And then you can put the assertion. So to put the assertion, you can write assert dot assert true, right? This one. And you can mention check. So I'm checking whether check is true or not. And if it is not check, if check is false, I want to show a message. So I'll say double click not happened. Okay. Let's understand I'm using one overloaded function. This is one of the thing, it's optional if you want to provide. Okay. So it will check at the same time Let me say is message displayed instead of saying this. So I'm checking whether this message is displayed, right? There is a paragraph which contains this text is displayed or not. So I'm checking. It should be true. If it is true, the test case will be passed. If it is not true, then it will show this message, right, in the test ng report. So don't worry about it. One more thing, because we want to perform another thing. So let's keep opening the website part in before class. So what we will do, these three lines will not come here. We'll do it systematically here at the rate before class code. So we'll write public void open website. You can give any. Basically, we want to do it just once. We don't want to do it again and again, correct? For different test cases. We just want to do it once. That's why we are keeping it in before class. Done. Now the question is, this function do not know what is driver, right? Because this is under this scope. So it's better you declare WebDriver outside the function and declare it as null. That's fine. You can keep it as a static also. So you can say static so that the same driver will be available to other test cases as well. So this is one of the way to make it available to all other test cases. Right? Now, okay, let's run this first so that things will be clear what I'm saying. So we have actually double click it at the same time we have asserted on. So yeah, it's working. If you see here, the output is all green. Right? It's a double click has happened. This is a simple summary about your test ng, your test cases, all the test cases. Now let's do the right click part and same process here. Let's identify this right click me element. So inspect this particular element. So inspect which one you want to identify, this right click button. So right click me. You can identify by text, its ID, anything is fine. This time, let's use ID. So by, you want to identify it by dot ID, and that ID is simply this. And then it's not double click. So it should be simply, it should be, hold on. Let me close it because there are a lot of windows already open. So it should be context click. Simple thing should be, I think it's simply context click. Okay. I'm just checking in a blog about this. So this code is about performing the right click. The basic thing is you have to declare actions, identify the element, and the function is context click. Okay. So instead of saying double click, you will say here context click. And the ID is, this is right click button, right click button. Okay, so name is matching. This is ID also right click and this, right? So let's give a simple name. Uh, Button. You can give any name. Okay. And then we want to check whether this message is displayed or not. What message? But when you do the click on this or right click on this, a particular message is shown here. You have done a right click. So let's inspect this. This is also a paragraph item under a paragraph and thus some message. So let me copy this and I'll put it here. Uh, Find the element by XPath where the text is you have done a right click. I'm checking whether that is displayed or not. And I'm asserting it whether this is passed or means this is true or false. Done. One more thing which I want to do is simple click. That also let's write that code. So mouse click, single click. And we want to perform that on that button, this click me one. So let's inspect this click me button. This click me button, this click me button is actually button ID is this. Okay, type is button. Let's identify it by its text. So I'll say find a button where the text is click me. Yes, only one button is there. So I'll copy this X path and I'll put it here, finding the element by dot X path, and this is the X path. And we want to check the message, right? So once you click it, the message is you have done a dynamic click. Okay, you have done a dynamic click. So this message should be displayed. Okay, let's inspect this element. This is also a paragraph. You have done a dynamic click. Okay, so this thing done. Okay, what will be like? This is right click. What will be the simple click part? So let's check the code for that. If I want to perform simple click, right click. So simple click is either you use just click, that is also fine. That is also fine. Or let's check what other kind of click is there, right? So when I write ACT dot, so yeah, click function is also there. Click a particular web element you can provide. Click and hold, context click, okay, double click, drag and drop. There are a lot of options available. I think a simple uh, click is fine. This one, okay. Add dot click or providing the element where you want to click. That is also fine. So not like this. Hold on. Hold on. So it should be act dot click on this button. Done. So there are three test cases this time, and let's see whether this will work. So I'm running all the test cases now. So see one by one. So double click has happened. I'm not doing anything now. It is happening automatically. Yeah, click has happened. Right click has happened. So it's working. Okay. So one by one, all these things are done and all are passed. See here, all are green means it's working fine. So it has asserted this message also. This is visible or not. In this way, you can do different kind of mouse actions.